History of Borobudur. The Syailendra dynasty built this largest Buddhist monument in the world between AD 780 and 840. The Syailendra are the ruling dynasty in central Java at the time. It was built as a place for glorifying Buddha and a pilgrimage spot to guide mankind from worldly desires into enlightenment and wisdom according to Buddha. This monument was discovered by the British in 1814 under Sir Thomas Stanford Raffles. It was until 1835 that the entire area of the temple has been cleared. Borobudur built in the style of mandala, which symbolizes the universe in Buddhist teaching. This structure is square-shaped with 4 entry points and a circular center point. Working from the exterior to the interior, 3 zones of consciousness are represented, with the central sphere representing unconsciousness or nirvana. Zone 1, Kamadhatu. The phenomenal world, the world inhabited by common people. Borobudur's hidden Kamadhatu level consists of 160 reliefs depicting scenes of Karma Sutra, the law of cause and effect. Illustrating the human behavior of desire, the reliefs depict robbing, killing, rape, torture and defamation. A corner of the covering base has been permanently removed to allow visitors to see the hidden foot, and some of the reliefs. Photography of the entire collection of 160 reliefs is displayed at the Borobudur Museum, which is within the Borobudur Archaeological Park. Zone 2, Reputatu. The transitional sphere, humans are released from worldly matters. The 4 square levels of Reputatu contain galleries of carved stone reliefs, as well as a chain of niches containing statues of Buddha. In total there are 328 Buddha on these balustrade levels, which also have a great deal of purely ornate reliefs. The Sanskrit manuscripts that are depicted on this level, over 300 reliefs, are Gandoryuha, Lalitoistara, Jataka, and Awadana. They stretch for 2.5 kilometers. In addition, there are 212 decorative panels. Zone 3, Arupadatu. The highest sphere, the abode of the gods. The 3 circular terraces leading to a central dome or stupa represent the rising above the world, and these terraces are a great deal less ornate. The purity of form is paramount. The terraces contain circles of perforated stupas, an inverted bell shape, containing sculptures of Buddha, to face outward from the temple. There are 72 of these stupas in total. The impressive central stupa is currently not as high as the original version, which rose 42 meters above ground level. The base is 9.9 meters in diameter. Unlike the stupas surrounding it, the central stupa is empty, and conflicting reports suggest that the central void contained relics, and other reports suggest it has always been empty. The reliefs. The total of 504 Buddha are in meditative pose, and the 6 different hand positions represented throughout the temple, often according to the direction the Buddha faces. The temple corridors. During the restoration in the early 20th century, it was discovered that 2 smaller temples in the region, called Purwan and Mendut, are positioned accurately in line with the Borobudur temple. Purwan temple is located 1.15 kilometers from Borobudur, while Mendut temple is located 3 kilometers from Borobudur. It is believed that there is mutual religious relationship between the 3 temples, although the exact ritual process remains a mystery. The 3 temples are used to form a route for the Waisak Day festival held each year on the day of the full moon in April or May. The festival commemorates the birth, enlightenment and the death of Gautama Buddha. Borobudur is built as a single large stupa and, when viewed from above, takes the form of a giant tantric Buddhist mandala, simultaneously representing the Buddhist cosmology and the nature of mind. The original foundation is a square, approximately 118 meters, 387 feet, on each side. It has 9 platforms, of which the lower 6 are square and the upper 3 are circular. The upper platform features 72 small stupas surrounding one large central stupa. Each stupa is bell-shaped and pierced by numerous decorative openings. Statues of the Buddha sit inside the pierced enclosures. The design of Borobudur took the form of a step pyramid. Previously, the prehistoric Austronesian megalithic culture in Indonesia had constructed several earth mounds and stone step pyramid structures called Prambanan discovered in Pangayangan site near Syailendra 73, and in Sapari near Kuningan 74. The construction of stone pyramids is based on native beliefs that mountains and high places are the abode of ancestral spirits or hyangs. The Prambanan step pyramid is the basic design in Borobudur, believed to be the continuation of older megalithic tradition incorporated with Mahayana Buddhist ideas and symbolism. Borobudur architectural model. The monument's 3 divisions symbolize the 3 realms of Buddhist cosmology, namely Kamodhatu, the world of desires, Rupadhatu, the world of forms, and finally Arupadhatu, the formless world. Ordinary sentient beings live out their lives on the lowest level, the realm of desire. Those who have burned out all desire for continued existence leave the world of desire and live in the world on the level of form alone. They see forms but are not drawn to them. Finally, full Buddhas go beyond even form and experience reality at its purest, most fundamental level, the formless ocean of nirvana. 78. The liberation from the cycle of samsara, where the enlightened soul had no longer attached to worldly form, corresponds to the concept of sunyata, the complete voidness or the non-existence of the self. Kamodhatu is represented by the base, Rupadhatu by the 5 square platforms, the body, and Arupadhatu by the 3 circular platforms and the large topmost stupa. The architectural features between the 3 stages have metaphorical differences. For instance, square and detailed decorations in the Rupadhatu disappear into plain circular platforms in the Arupadhatu to represent how the world of forms, where men are still attached with forms and names, changes into the world of the formless. Congregational worship in Borobudur is performed in a walking pilgrimage. Pilgrims are guided by the system of staircases and corridors ascending to the top platform. Each platform represents one stage of enlightenment. The path that guides pilgrims was designed to symbolize Buddhist cosmology. In 1885, a hidden structure under the base was accidentally discovered. The hidden footing contains reliefs, 160 of which are narratives describing the real Kamodhatu. The remaining reliefs are panels with short inscriptions that apparently provide instructions for the sculptors, illustrating the scenes to be carved. The real base is hidden by an encasement base, the purpose of which remains a mystery. It was first thought that the real base had to be covered to prevent a disastrous subsidence of the monument into the hill. There is another theory that the encasement base was added because the original hidden footing was incorrectly designed, according to Vastu Shastra, the Indian ancient book about architecture and town planning. 40. Regardless of why it was commissioned, the encasement base was built with detailed and meticulous design and with aesthetic and religious consideration. Next. Approximately 55,000 cubic meters, 72,000 cubic yards, of andesite stones were taken from neighboring stone quarries to build the monument. 82. The stone was cut to size, transported to the site and laid without mortar. Knobs, indentations and dovetails were used to form joints between stones. The roof of stupas, niches and arched gateways were constructed in corbelling method. Reliefs were created in situ after the building had been completed. The monument is equipped with a good drainage system to cater to the area's high stormwater runoff. To prevent flooding, 100 spouts are installed at each corner, each with a unique carved gargoyle in the shape of a giant or makara. Borobudur differs markedly from the general design of other structures built for this purpose. Instead of being built on a flat surface, Borobudur is built on a natural hill. However, construction technique is similar to other temples in Java, without the inner spaces seen in other temples, and with a general design similar to the shape of pyramid. Borobudur was first thought more likely to have served as a stupa. Instead of a temple, a stupa is intended as a shrine for the Buddha. Sometimes stupas were built only as devotional symbols of Buddhism. A temple, on the other hand, is used as a house of worship. The meticulous complexity of the monument's design suggests that Borobudur is in fact a temple. Little is known all about Ganadharma, the architect of the complex. His name is recounted from Javanese folk tales rather than from written inscriptions. The basic unit of measurement used during construction was the tela, defined as the length of a human face from the forehead's hairline to the tip of the chin, or the distance from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the middle finger when both fingers are stretched at their maximum distance. The unit is thus relative from one individual to the next, but the monument has exact measurements. A survey conducted in 1977 revealed frequent findings of a ratio of 4:6:9 around the monument. The architect had used the formula to lay out the precise dimensions of the fractal and self-similar geometry in Borobudur's design. This ratio is also found in the designs of Purwan and Mendut, nearby Buddhist temples. Archaeologists have conjectured that the 4:6:9 ratio and the tala have calendrical, astronomical and cosmological significance, as is the case with the Temple of Angkor Wat in Cambodia. The main structure can be divided into three components: base, body, and top. The base is 123 meters times 123 meters, 404 feet times 404 feet, in size, with 4 meters, 13 feet, walls. The body is composed of 5 square platforms, each of diminishing height. The first terrace is set back 7 meters, 23 feet, from the edge of the base. Each subsequent terrace is set back 2 meters, 6.6 feet, leaving a narrow corridor at each stage. The top consists of 3 circular platforms, with each stage supporting a row of perforated stupas, arranged in concentric circles. There is one main dome at the center, the top of which is the highest point of the monument, 35 meters, 115 feet, above ground level. Stairways at the center of each of the 4 sides give access to the top, with a number of arched gates overlooked by 32 lion statues.